Hi Ivy, this is Shanna-Kaye. I'm going to show you how to recreate a new template. If you get a different label that you need or a different product like your hair mask treatment. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So I've got Photoshop elements open right now. We're going to open up a new document. So to do that, you can come up to File and press New, blank file. Okay, and it's going to pop up a little box here. You can name it. So we're going to just name this hair treatment. And you can tell it what to do. There's presets. So if there's a certain size, like the default size is a 4x6, like your 4x6 pictures. But you said the width was 10 inches. We're going to put 10 here. And the height was 2.7. We're going to put 2.7. And you want to keep your resolution around 300 for pictures. For text, stuff like this, you can do it less, like 150 to 200, but that will just change how sharp your stuff is. So I usually leave it at 300. So the last thing you can do is you can tell it to give it a background, have a certain color, or be transparent. If you're doing a transparent background, that'll make it a little easier to make a PNG. But we'll just keep it white for now. You press OK, and it's going to open up this new little text box. Okay, so we've got our blank box here. The easiest way for you to do it is going to be to come over to your other label, which we have our soap label here. And we're going to select everything on here. So see, as I put my mouse over things, they start showing up in a little outline box. But we can come over here to the Layers tab and start over at your shape layer and hold down your Shift key and get them all to select here. And then we can drag these. So you see, we're just going to drag this whole thing and drag it off of your screen and drag it all the way over to the other little box you have here. And once it shows up, you're going to see here. So see, these are all of our different labels. So while we have them all selected, we can kind of move them around a little bit. Okay. So let's move it over here so we can see. We can put our top one here. While we have them all selected, you can even take and resize all of them. So you press your Command or Control key and your T key. We're going to zoom out a little bit so we can see. And we're just going to take our little arrow and pull it here. And then move our stuff down. This is just resizing the whole thing. So the best thing to do is find one of the labels that's similar in size to the new size that you need. And then we can adjust the things that didn't quite fit. Okay, we can make it even maybe a little bit smaller so that our little red will show up down here. Okay, so let's get our red, which takes a little bit of time to position it right. Okay, and once we have it positioned, then you press your little key here, or your little green check box here. And that's going to change all of the layers. My little boy is not wanting to nap in the background, so but that's okay. I'm sure you know how that is. Okay, so we'll let it take a few seconds to do this. Okay, so now that it's done, we're going to make our screen a little bigger. And as you see, we've got a couple things that we need to move a little bit farther. So what we're going to do is we're going to come over to our layers and click on the background layer so everything's not selected. And we can select one thing at a time. If we click the red label here, then it's going to show up on the change color label. What we actually are wanting to change is the colors for line, which is right under it. When you see there's a tiny little arrow pointing down, that means that it's just changing the color of this layer. So we can click on this color layer and then press our Control T key to make it bigger. And when you do this with your color, it's not going to change, it's not really going to change what your resolution is and how good it is. Okay, so we made it a little bit bigger. And then we can take our eyedropper tool which we'll take here and come up to the change color and do this to change the color. So see, it extended it all the way out. And we also want to do that with our little part right here, which is part of our label. So we're going to do the same thing, just take and make it a little bit bigger here. Okay. And then the last thing that we need to resize is our picture. So we can click on our picture, and the same thing is true with the picture. We want the image border and the picture to actually be a little bit bigger. So you can even click your Control or Command key and hold both of them down. And then press your Control T to make them a little bit bigger at the same time. And see, when you do that, you can resize them and change it. So you might move it a little bit, so you have to kind of watch. There's that. And maybe move our picture just a little bit. As you see, our picture is a little bit white. So we're going to take and make it just a tiny bit bigger so it'll extend all the way out. And so once you have that done, then you can take and if you want to change the color for the label, you can do that. Remember, you can move your little gray box over if you need to. And then you can change, we'll change this to say hair mask treatment. We can't pull this yet, sweetie. Hold on. Not yet. Okay, looky here. To get my little boy together. So we can change this and then take and just put whatever text you need and you know how many ounces it is and that kind of thing. So from there on, it's pretty much the same as in the previous video for the soap label. So that's how you make a new one. If the size is a lot different than this one, then use one of your bigger pictures to take. If you take and crop your picture too much, or not crop, but if you take and resize your picture too much and resize it bigger, then it can make the resolution of your picture go down, so it won't be quite as clear. So try to use a label that is similar in size. And that is it. I hope that helps. Feel free to email me with any questions. It takes a little while to get a hang of it, so you may have to just slow the video down because I know I go a little fast sometimes. But watch it a couple times and then let me know if you don't understand something and I can help you out. Hope you have a great day. Bye.